Greetings, everyone. You're highly appreciated for being here. Can you please check your timepiece for me? What time is it, everybody? I think your time is slightly different from mine. But my time, it is time to colonize compassion. My mission here today is very simple. Just like the moderator, I'm simply here to better still, reintroduce to us someone we think we already know, someone whose name we have whispered, a picture we have circulated, a story we have even told, but we have not really heard her voice. Yet, she has something to say. Her name is Omotodunke. In Yoruba language, spoken in West Africa, Omotodunke means it is pleasant to take care of a child. But there is a child we are not caring for. We feed her, clothe her, even pray for her, because we love to pray in Africa. But our deepest wounds are mental health. They remain invisible, unattended. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dunke. Dunke lives in Africa. Does this picture look familiar? I'm sure it does. She's starving. She has no food to eat. She lacks access to clean water and quality education. She stands alone in a dusty landscape, a cloud of flies orbiting around her small face. Her eyes are wide and aching. She's searching for something she cannot name. This is the image we have been shown for decades. The African child, as the entire world has been taught to imagine her. Over time, this picture has solidified into a false truth that African children are helpless, voiceless, and broken, objects of charity rather than symbol of positive change. So we feed Dunke, we clothe her, we enroll her in school, thinking these basic necessities alone would unlock her potential to succeed. But there is a deeper wound, one that cannot be photographed by any X-ray machine or sophisticated camera. What if I told you today that beyond illiteracy, beyond hunger, beyond starvation, there is a force, subtle, silently rewriting the destiny of millions of African children. It is called Adverse Childhood Experiences, otherwise known as ACEs. What is an adverse childhood experience? Adverse childhood experience is a potentially traumatic event that happens during childhood before a person turns 18 years of age. It has negative impact on the health, development, and well-being of an individual. ACEs are not just rough moments. No. They are life-altering, devastating, tormenting, often unspeakable. A study was carried out across 5 countries in Africa to study the impact of adverse childhood experiences on life. That study showed that 72% of the girls and 82% of the boys had gone through at least one adverse childhood experience. Many of them have gone through 2, 3, or even more in a single lifetime. If that is not tragic, I wonder what is. What type of experiences are we talking about here? We are talking about abuse, neglect, violence in the home, violence in the society, displacement, and sometimes loss of parents, both parents. Let's discuss the figure a little more. I said 82%. In this case, 82 is not a number or data. That is an entire generation affected. An entire community of children with trauma embedded in their earliest memories of life. And trauma is generational. Like the color of our eyes, color of our skin, type of our blood. Trauma can be passed from one person to the other. It is inherited. We don't talk about this. Why? Because trauma is not photogenic. Healing does not look dramatic in brochures. And resilience. That significant, that unique African resilience is often drowned by pity. ACEs can sabotage a child's future as powerfully as hunger can. ACEs rewire the brain. They disrupt emotional regulation. And there are millions of children growing up with emotional injuries unattended. The problem is not Dunke. The problem is the narrative that we have imposed upon her. The single-dimensional story we are telling about her. We must stop talking about African children and start listening to them. Because African children do not want to be saved. Rather, they want to be seen. They need a presence. So at this point, I would like to send out some appeal tonight. My first appeal goes to the global media. Media, dear press men and women, can you please stop flattening the story of the African childhood into one of despair and sorrow? Why not tell the whole world the truth? Show the entire truth of the trials and the triumphs. I'd like to tell you a story tonight, a real-life experience, as a matter of fact, of the Etis children. Peace, Esther, and Emmanuel. Their father was kidnapped when Peace was 15 years of age. Esther was just 12, and Emmanuel was 1. Between that time and now, their father has not been found. Put yourself in their shoes. Those children have gone through sorrow, grief, pain, turmoil, torment, embarrassment, many questions, no answer at an early age. But today, this is Peace. She is a physiologist and a medical doctor. She's the co-director of ACIDO Network. She's the founder of the first medical mental health club in Africa. She started this in University of Ibadan, where she schooled, and over time she has replicated it in other campuses. Esther is the communication director of Volunteer Africa Hub, a non-governmental organization focused on improving and sustaining developmental goals. They give basic items to vulnerable people in the society, and she particularly loves to attend to children. And Emmanuel is an undergraduate currently studying mass communication. He is also a content creator. With his content, he blends creativity and impact, inspiring youths that there's a hope for better tomorrow, irrespective of what you are going through today. Do not despair. I'm interested in their story because despite adverse childhood experience, all three of them have achieved their childhood dreams of becoming medical doctor, barrister and solicitor, communicator. All three of them are not pointing accusing fingers or celebrating a pity party. No, rather they are using their story to make the world a better place. Global media, these are the type of stories you should tell about the African children. From struggle to success. Thank you. My second appeal goes to our sponsors, our donors. We are so grateful. Thank you for your support. However, may I from this place tonight ask, where are you giving from? Why give out of pity when you can give out of partnership? Giving out of pity is, okay, African children are hungry, let's send them a box of snacks, they'll be fine. Not enough. Giving out of partnership is collaborating with a community to establish an after-school trauma center that gives life skill, coaching, mentoring to survivors of abuse, trauma, and the likes. African children do not need your sorrow. They need your solidarity. And actually, there is a part we all can play. By asking regularly, by reason of the decisions and the choices I'm making today, how am I protecting a child's mind and our collective future? Philanthropy is not charity, it is repair. Mentorship is not pity, it is partnership. And lastly, my appeal goes to Africa herself. I appeal today to our African leaders and institutions. Let's rise to the occasion. Let's own the journey. Let's start the healing. Can we please pledge to raise awareness of mental health? Can we please create policies that addresses the root cause of adverse childhood experiences, such as violence, poverty, displacement? Can we integrate mental health into communities, schools, clinics, and religious organizations? Can we please fund and train trauma-informed professionals, caseworkers, coaches, mentors, therapists, and even psychiatrists? Currently, in some African countries, we have less than one psychiatrist to over 100,000 people. And please, can we pledge to support kinship care with dignity and structure, because informal adoption deserves formal protection. We cannot undo every wound in one day, but with courage and compassion, we can move our children from merely surviving to truly thriving. Let us show the world who Dunke is really. Let's show who she really is. She is a survivor. She is a storyteller. She is a symbol of the African unwritten future. Let's give her the microphone. Let her speak. Let her lead. Thank you.